boma zikutata potumikiratu.
Service Charter ndi ndondomeko yomwe nthambi za boma zikugwiritsa ntchito potumikira anthu ndi cholinga chotukula ntchito za ulimi kuti alimi akhale ndi upangiri okwanira, za maphunziro kuti ophunzira alandire maphunziro oyenera, zosamalira chilengedwe kuti anthu apewe mchitidwe wodzetsa kusintha kwa nyengo, za umoyo kuti anthu alandire thandizo la kuchipatala moyenera komanso mu nthawi yache, za chitetezo kuti anthu athandizidwe ndi apolisi mopanda chinyengo, kusamalira ovutika kuti athe kudziyimira paokha ndi kutenga nawo mbali pa chitukuko, ndinso ntchito za madzi kuti anthu akhale ndi madzi aukhondo ndi kupewa matenda. Ndondomekoyi ithandiza kuonetsetsa kuti anthu akutumikiridwa mosapsinja maufulu awo kuti miyoyo yawo itukuke. Pitani kuti mukadziwe zambiri za mmene ndondomekozi zimagwirira ntchito.
Service Charter yabwera.
You are watching Luntha television and it's time for news. My name is Herbert Katanda. First, a look at our top stories. The Catholic Church leader, Pope Francis, continues to improve at Santa Marta. Parliament passes financial crime management bill to hold institutions accountable. Food Systems Transformation Report shows that 38% of children in Malawi are stunned. And in news from elsewhere, Libya expels Z groups accused of African population plot. Well, we have these and more other stories to stay tuned in. The Holy See Press Office has told journalists that Pope Francis continues to show gradual improvements at his residence in the Casa Santa Marta. The Holy See Press Office has also announced that there could be updates regarding the Angelus address on Sunday. During a briefing on the Pope's health, the Press Office conveyed that Pope Francis continues to show critical improvements as he recovers at his residence in the Casa Santa Marta following his hospitalization for a polymicrobial infection that resulted in 2 bilateral pneumonia. We have the details.
The Holy See Press Office informed journalists on Friday morning that on Sunday the Angelus may take place in a different manner compared to previous Sundays, and an update will be provided on Saturday. The Holy Father was released from Rome's Gemelli Hospital with protected discharge on Sunday, the 23rd of March. Pope Francis's condition has shown further slight respiratory, mobility, and voice-related improvements, noted the press office. Recent blood tests also indicate a slight improvement in his pulmonary infection. The Holy Father has been continuing his treatment in mobility and respiratory-related physiotherapy, and he also requires less supplemental oxygen. During the day, he continues with an ordinary administration of oxygen, while at night, he continues with high-flow oxygenation with nasal cannulas as needed. Moreover, Pope Francis continues his work activities and is in good spirits, said the press office. The next briefing on the Holy Father will be on Tuesday, the 8th of April.
Malawi's parliament has passed the Financial Crime Management Bill, which is designated to hold institutions in the country accountable for how they acquire and utilize finances. The bill signifies a significant step towards tackling corruption and financial mismanagement in Malawi. The passing of the bill has been praised by Member of Parliament such as Democratic Progressive Party Representative Chipiliro Mpinganjira, who emphasized the importance of effectively managing financial crime cases. This move is expected to enhance transparency and accountability and financial transactions across various institutions in Malawi. Emmanuel Chuocha reports.
In recent years, Malawi has faced a significant number of financial crime cases, including the infamous 2013 Kashkit scandal, which saw billions of funds misappropriated. In an interview, Mpinganjira said the passing of the Financial Crime Management Bill is expected to lead to the recovery of funds and property lost to financial crimes, ensuring justice for the victims.
Confiscate funds and they just sit idle somewhere, or the properties or vehicles that you've confiscated, that the government has confiscated, and then they just waste away. Vehicles that are not being used, they waste away, they lose value. At the end of everything, you can't get anything out of it. So it is important that ways and found, means are made for getting those funds to go somewhere.
The new bill will allow the government to recover funds and assets involved in the financial crime cases, providing a legal framework for prosecuting offenders and compensating those affected. It is hoped that the implementation of the bill will deter individuals and institutions from engaging in fraudulent activities. The bill's passing comes as a response to the challenges posed by the financial crime in the country, with high-profile corruption cases undermining public trust and impacting the economy. The implementation of the new registration is expected to boost our efforts to combat financial crimes and promote good governance in Malawi. For Luntha News, this is Emmanuel Chuocha.
The Malawi Law Society has raised concerns over the misuse of state resources and political financing. Speaking at the March Stakeholder Dialogue on Political Party Financing under the theme Fair Play in Lilongwe on Thursday, MLOS Vice President Marvin Ngagata highlighted studies showing the ruling parties unfairly benefit from public funds, a practice that is legally prohibited. Speaking on the same, Director of the Civil Society Education Coalition, Benedicto Kondowe, echoed those concerns, stating that Malawi's political parties' act is insufficient. Kondowe warned that without clear legal safeguards, ruling parties will continue to exploit state resources for electoral gain. Gift Kalonga has more details in this report.
Expressing concern over the misuse of state resources for political campaigns, Malawi Law Society Vice President Marvin Ngagata emphasized the need for a clear separation between state and private resources in political activities. Ngagata pointed to recent studies showing that ruling parties often enjoy unfair advantage through access to public funds despite legal prohibitions.
In as far as it relates to financing of political parties. So we pretty much just went through what the law provides, specifically the Political Parties Act, which basically makes that distinction between state funding as well as private funding. So we made that presentation. In the course of that, of course, we also highlighted a few key areas that we thought perhaps the meeting should deliberate on and reflect further. There have been studies done which show that normally the party that is in power enjoys to some extent an advantage in as far as the use of state resources is concerned, which is not allowed anyway, because there's supposed to be that distinction. State resources are supposed to be state resources. So that's what I was highlighting in the presentation that I had made.
The issue has been a long-standing concern in Malawi's political landscape, with civil society groups and legal experts advocating for strong safeguards against the misuse of government resources. Executive Director of the Civil Society Education Coalition, ECSEC, Benedicto Kondowe, echoed Ngwata's sentiments and called for broader legal framework beyond the existing Political Parties Act. He also warned that the absence of comprehensive laws leaves room for abuse as ruling parties continue to exploit state resources.
It is a very valid observation that Malawi Law Society has made, and that's why I'm saying we need to go beyond the Political Parties Act. Because Political Parties Act is limited to political parties, but the Presidential, Parliamentary and Local Government Elections Act has a provision which focuses on the candidates. And the minute we do not demarcate what is a developmental rally from a political party rally, we will continue to rip off Malawians, because by the end of the day, a party that is in government would have an added advantage before the polls, because they have access to public resources which ought to be protected, which under normal circumstances could be deemed as an abuse. But because that demarcation is not clear and there are no proper safeguards that protect the public purse, the party in government continues to exploit those resources to their private gain or advantage.
The discussion on fair play in political financing comes at the crucial time when transparency and accountability in the use of public funds remain key concern for Malawians. However, the debate on ruling parties' exploitation of public funds hinders the fair play in the Malawi's democratic governance, because it is only the ruling party which enjoys the public resources due to its direct access to the public coffers. For Luntha Television, this is Gift Kalonga.
A report on building resilience and enhancing nutrition has reviewed that 38% of children in Malawi are stunned, while 22% are obese. The report further indicates that 23% of children between 2 and 6 months old consume sweetened beverages, resulting to poor nutrition. The statistics are part of the report collaboratively done by National Planning Commission in partnership with Global Panel, Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, and the Irish Aid, focusing on 3 African countries, Malawi, Sierra Leone, and Ethiopia. Rosemary Chikaonda has heard this report.
The Food Transformation System report focuses on ending food insecurity and malnutrition in the country by introducing healthier diets and better agricultural produce and products. Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Benedicto Jambo, said the Food Transformation System report will contribute to the achievement of some of the 2063 goals, which is increasing productivity and commercialization.
The report has highlighted a lot of gaps and it has also summarized the situation that the country has in terms of food and nutrition. I've taken a lot from there. I've seen our gap that we have as a ministry, the sensitization in food systems that our people in the country should adhere. The malnutrition we have, the challenge we have, how do we meet them and how do we solve them?
The Director General of National Planning Commission, Dr. Joseph Nagoli, said the report aims at boosting food security and economic growth in the country.
The importance of this report for us, especially in Malawi, is that when we talk about food systems, they cut across all our 3 main pillars. We are talking about agriculture productivity and transformation, especially emphasizing on nutrition, resilience, but also healthy diets. But we're also talking about industrialization. Remember, we are talking about agro-industrialization. And not forgetting urbanization, which, so the food system basically cuts across all our developmental space and all our developmental sectors. And for Malawi, this is very, very timely, because if we make our food systems resilient but also effective, then the country is likely to be a self-reliant nation by the year 2030.
Meanwhile, Ambassador of Ireland to Malawi, Kate Brady, has expressed the country's continued support towards ending global food insecurity and malnutrition.
I'm delighted that Ireland was in a position to be able to support the publication of this very important report. As we know, it's called Building Resilience and Enhancing Nutrition in Africa's Food Systems. It focuses on Malawi as a very important country in this process, but it also focuses on Sierra Leone and Ethiopia. These are three countries with whom Ireland has very strong partnerships, where we're working together with those governments, countries and partners to end global food insecurity. Food systems is a very broad concept. It includes all aspects of the food process and the food chain, right from the climate and environment realities through to the consumption. And what we've seen, unfortunately, is that in recent years, progress towards food security, progress towards improved nutrition, it's stalled right across the world, and particularly in countries like Malawi.
The report provides evidence on why the country's food system needs a transformation and on how the people will benefit from it.
You are still watching news on Luntha television, coming to you live from Bishop Navy Media Center in Area 2, Lilongwe. Now let's have a look at our top stories once more before we proceed. Catholic Church leader Pope Francis continues to improve at Santa Marta. Parliament passes Financial Crime Management Bill to hold institutions accountable. Food Systems Transformation Report shows 38% of children in Malawi are stunned. And in news from elsewhere, Libya expels Z groups accused of African population plot. Moving on, the African Climate Alliance, a graduated ambassador in partnership with the trustee of Mtuzi Trust, has made a significant contribution to environmental conservation by planting 1,000 trees at Chimonsongwe Primary School in Lilongwe. The initiative aims at promoting environmental welfare and tackling other challenges of environmental conservation at the school. The school describes the alternative as a significant step towards creating a more sustainable environment for its students. Patrick Fupa has more in this report.
This initiative aims to promote environmental sustainability and address the challenges of environmental conservation at the school. Chairperson of African Climate Alliance graduated ambassador Simon Satiere has since emphasized the importance of conserving the environment, highlighting it as a major challenge.
We do initiative to conserve environment, so we have chosen to come here to plant trees just because most of the institutions in Malawi, they don't have trees, so they are exposed to most dangerous, for example, cyclones that are happening each and every in Malawi. So we have come here to plant trees to provide a cover so that the school should be protected. As an African Climate Alliance ambassador, we do projects, and it's a continuation process whereby we'll be doing this each and every year, and expect more for this.
The head teacher of Chimonsongwe Primary School, Ruth Michael, expressed satisfaction towards the initiative.
As the head teacher of this school, I've taken the initiative of taking care of these trees after being given to us, to our school. So we have assigned learners to each tree planted today so that it should be taken care of. I want to assure the Alliance that they should trust us, because as a school we have employed the guards who will be looking for these trees as well as the learners themselves. And my message is that as a community we need to work together so that we should look for these trees to be taken care of.
One of the students at the school, Clever Kolowa, has urged his fellow students to take a current fight in conserving the environment.
Trees is important because gives oxygen from to the people and improve soil fertility. Care for watering trees every day and applying manure to take part for preserving the environment such as trees.
These efforts align with the broader goals of environmental conservation and sustainability in Malawi. For Luntha News, I'm Patrick Pupa.
The Lilongwe Water Board has granted scholarships to exceptional and underprivileged students from the engineering department at the Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources. This is part of a memorandum of understanding which the two institutions signed in 2021, a partnership that has seen the Lilongwe Water Board assisting needed students at Luana. During the award presentation ceremony held on Thursday at Bunda campus in Lilongwe, Lilongwe Water Board's chairperson Nkosi Amakosi Mbera highlighted the significance of the collaboration between Lilongwe Water Board and Luana in driving national development. Jacqueline Saidi reports.
The funding, which includes tuition fees and book allowances, is designated to alleviate the financial challenges faced by deserving students while promoting academic excellence. Nkosi Amakosi Mbera V reiterated Lilongwe Water Board's dedication to supporting young professionals, emphasizing the need for a skilled workforce to foster innovation in Malawi's water and agricultural sectors.
I think let me start by mentioning that Lilongwe Water Board and Luana have an MOU where Lilongwe Water Board wants to use the Luana in terms of developing or managing the catchment area. So that MOU, after that is when.
In his remarks, Council Chair for Luana, Professor Zachary Kasumikira, expressed confidence that this support will inspire students to develop innovative solutions that enhance agricultural productivity, ultimately contributing to the country's economic growth.
Nama zimene atipatsa lerozi zithandiza kuti ngati pana izina zosowekera za zofunikira pa sukulu monga mabuku zolembera komanso kulipira malo ogona ndoti ndalama imene tapatsidwa lero ithandiza kuti tithe kubwezerapo pa zosowa zinazo zimene tinazo pa umoyo wathu wa sukulu.
Speaking on behalf of the recipients, two-time scholarship awardee Peter Chiwone praised the initiative as a transformative opportunity, highlighting that such collaborations help alleviate financial challenges and motivate students to achieve academic excellence.
Kuti ngati feo ana sukulu komanso makamaka ngati feo kuti tikupanga za engineering tikuyenera kuti tizitha kusakasaka za information mabuku komanso pa internet cholinga choti tizitha kuona kuti zomwe anzathu akupanga kunja kwa azunguku ifeyo tingathe kuzipanga implement bwanji kuno kwathu kumalawi kuno cholinga choti tikazipanga implement ivinso alimi omwe ali mamidzimu otesa.
This initiative is part of Lilongwe Water Board's corporate social responsibility strategy, which prioritizes education, skills development, and sustainable growth in Malawi. For Luntha Television News, this is Jacqueline Saidi.
Now in sports, head coach of the Malawi women's football team, the Scorchers, Love Mufuzili, has expressed confidence in his team's preparedness for the upcoming friendly matches on Saturday against South Africa. The Scorchers are set to play two friendly matches on April 5 and 8, 2025, respectively, as part of their preparations for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Angola in October 2025. Fazili emphasized the importance of these friendly matches in helping the team develop and gain valuable experience. Fazili explains more.
When we reached the Johannesburg, we had the recovery exercises in the afternoon, and today we started our training in the morning, and now we also in the afternoon training. All players look like they're okay. Have settled very well. Though we had some inches about food, whatever, but I think everything is okay, and we are in good shape. We're just waiting for the game on Saturday. So these games are crucial, just similar to when we went to Zambia. Banyana is just the same as Zambia. So playing with these teams, I think it's when you know if you are ready or not. So I'm happy with these friendly matches. We are here not to shopping, but we are here to play the game and to see how we are ready to play Angola in October. The morale is high, it's good, and all players are happy. And the most thing with these players is that all of them they have good discipline. They always know what we are here for, so everything is okay.
And now in news from elsewhere, Libyan authorities have accused aid groups of plotting to change the country's ethnic makeup by encouraging African migrants to stay there and has ordered them to close their offices. 10 groups have been singled out, including Doctors Without Borders, the UN Refugee Agency, and Norwegian Refugee Council. This echoes a similar announcement made by Tunisia 2 years ago, which was swiftly condemned as anti-black racism. We have the details.
Both nations sit on the Mediterranean coast and are key transit points for African migrants crossing the sea to Europe. Since the overthrow of Libya's leader Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, there has been a breakdown in government, allowing armed militias and human traffickers to proliferate. The country has been divided into two, each run by a rival administration. Militia men have been accused of running detention centers where migrants are beaten to death or starved, and the Libyan Coast Guard is accused of sometimes filming people in the sea rather than rescuing them. The Libyan authorities have not commented on these accusations. Thursday's order to expel the aid groups was made by the internationally recognized government based in the capital, Tripoli. In response to Thursday's announcement, the UN's refugee agency, UNHCR, has defended its work, telling the BBC that the people it helps are not migrants but refugees in dire need. It also says it operates with the consent of the Tripoli government.
And that item also wraps up our today's news bulletin. But before we go, a recap of our top stories. The Catholic Church leader, Pope Francis, continues to improve what concerns the matter. Parliament passes financial crime management bill to hold institutions accountable. Food Systems Transformation Report shows that 38% of children in Malawi are stunned. And in news from elsewhere, Libya expels Z groups accused of African population plot. My name is Albert, and thanks for watching, and it's goodbye for now.